Before I start opening up, I want to thank Coach Cooper at Penn State one more time. Everything that I am in baseball is because of him and my dad. He took me in when I was a transfer. He made me his own. He made me family. He loved me. He showed me how to be a leader. He showed me how to invest into young men and to give of myself completely into people. And our staff does that. And that's all from Coach Cooper. Justin and I both learned that from him. He got me into coaching. He encouraged me. He showed me the ropes when I had a tough phone call to call or going through some tough times in coaching when I was young. He was always there for me. He got me jobs. He elevated me at every step, and I love him. And Penn State's very fortunate to have Coach Cooper. And that's a tough bunch of dudes over there, competitive, and you can tell they have a great culture. But I love Coach Cooper, and I want to make sure that he gets credit because I wouldn't be here, and Justin and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. So I'll open it up from there.
Matt Lloyd has a jump today. Not just both saves, but big hits in both games.
Matt, we talk about creating a culture of toughness and competitiveness, no matter what's happening. If you don't get a strike call, if you don't have a slider, you're always accountable. Every pitch, the attitude that you bring, right? And Matt Lloyd is the embodiment of that. He didn't have a slider in either game, right? It's no mystery. We're banged up in the pen, right? It's no mystery. And that dude takes the ball twice, and he has 5 RBIs today. He hits the 3-run home run. He hits the game-winning hit there. Every pitch of every game, Matt Lloyd is the most accountable, competitive guy on the field, on our team, on the other team. It doesn't matter where we're at. And that shows his resiliency, and we can all learn. I can learn from him. I know our staff learns from that guy every day. Just his demeanor. He's unflappable. And he didn't have the slider. He says, you know what, I don't need it. I'll just locate a fastball and come get it. And he was utterly incredible, right? The bang play at first base, and then a wild pitch, fastball, whatever. And he's unflappable straight to the side. I could go on all day, but Matt Lloyd is the perfect Hoosier. He is the absolute perfect Hoosier. He's everything that we want to model our program after, and I'm daggone proud of him. I'm proud to get to coaching. Said it all, didn't I?
Hey, let's talk about Andrew Sofrank, 13 Ks today. Once again, not it's a bit of an iffy start, and then all of a sudden, man.
Well, you look at Sally. Look at Sally's toughness. Look at how far that guy's come. I mean, what a gritty performance. He gives up. His stuff's electric. He gives up 3 hits, right? No, they haven't hit a ball to the right side all day, and they go 3 hits. Then he gets a big double play ball, gets out of the inning. Guy kind of ambushes a 2-0 fastball and caps him out of here into the wind. And he just puts his foot down. He didn't have great fastball command. He's throwing the breaking ball. He's got some back tightness in the middle of that thing. And he comes and says, I'm fine, I got this. And he just slams the accelerator and competes his way through it. And then Sloan comes in. Old Mad Dog Sloan comes in, just throwing absolute fuzz. And he just competes to the zone. And he says, here it is, boys. If you can hit 95, tip my cap, but you're going to have to hit 95 in the middle of the plate. We were as good as they are on the mound, and they are terrific on the mound. We were just as tough and competitive on the mound. We went pitch for pitch, and we competed our way through it. Not every day's perfect. I just want to see the toughness. I just want to see the competitiveness, and we showed up. You look at, it didn't go well for us against Rice State on Wednesday, but we learned. We learned from that. Didn't go great for us last night. When you talk about responding, talk about toughness, you know how hard it is to win a doubleheader after losing 2 games after getting shut out on a Friday night against that pitching staff? It's incredibly hard. It's a testament to our players' fighting spirit and their competitiveness and their just undying will to go and fight for each other. And I'm just incredibly proud to lead them.
I guess kind of on that note, it happened again last week. You had Maryland, you get shut out, then you had the offensive response. You think that maybe taught you guys anything that you could apply to this week and if you get shut out on Friday?
Absolutely. I think the whole season's been a lesson with doubleheaders and injuries and guys in and out and some tough breaks. And last week you lose on a Friday, get shut out, and this week it happens. And you just keep going because you don't have a choice. There's no choice. They're not going to cancel the games. Nobody feels sorry for you. No one makes excuses. You got to keep going. You got to keep fighting. You got to keep finding a way. And we've done that, and we just continue to grow. Our culture continues to grow. Our toughness continues to grow. Our belief and the brotherhood is beginning to really mold and meld together. But you're absolutely right. Everything is an opportunity to learn, whether it be good or bad, and to grow. And that's where we're going, and I'm very excited about it.
I don't know if you knew about it, but Bob Knight came to the game today. It was his first appearance here since the week he was fired. Just, I guess, one, did you know about him? Two, I guess, as a guy who grew up in the state and realizes the reach of IU basketball, what does that mean to have him back on campus?
I did know earlier in the week, and I called my dad and I called my family, and I said, they told me I couldn't tell anybody, but I grew up, I did, I told the one person. I didn't tell my dad, right? Yeah. Because my dad, I grew up half far up the road, right? In my grandparents' house, there was two things on the wall. There's a crucifix and an autographed picture of Bobby Knight. I grew up watching the teams when I was young, but mostly I grew up listening to both my grandparents, my grandfathers, and my dad tell me stories about Indiana basketball and the lore and the history and the intensity and the legacy that Coach Knight left here. And to have him come back to a baseball game, it honestly, it brought tears to my eyes. Like the raw emotion is overwhelming. The standard that he set here, it's beyond me. You gotta understand, like, everybody wanted to play in the big leagues. Everybody wanted to play in the big leagues. I wanted to coach at Indiana. That's all I ever wanted. And so to have Coach Knight come back today is more than anything. To be the head coach at Indiana and have Coach Knight come back for the first time is more than anything I ever in my wildest dreams could have imagined. And I'm so thankful and so appreciative that he was here today. It's beyond me.
Does it make it feel even better to win too?
It makes it feel even better, to represent the Indiana University Community Athletic Department in the program. And honestly, with the toughness, right? That's what his program was about. It was about toughness and competitiveness and never quit and never die. And that's what we're becoming about, and that's what they were about. And I'm very proud that he got to see us and not just our talent. We have talented players, but it's who you are that matters. It's the person you are that matters. And that's what he preached, and that's what he taught, and that's what that program was. And that's what we're going to be about too. So I was very proud and very thankful we could do it for him.
These are maybe two of the more hard-fought games your team's had over the past 15 or so games. What did kind of today show about how your team is a battle tested and able to pull out some of these close games?
It is. It continues. You continue to grow. And you have to face, right? Without adversity, you can't grow, right? It's like, I grew up out in the country, and like there's trees, right? If a tree's out in the open, it gets bushy, it wolfs out, it doesn't grow tall and straight, and doesn't give you lumber, right? You're in the forest and you're crowded, and you have to fight and you have to climb and climb and climb, and that's how you get lumber. That's how you get tall oak trees. And that's what you have to be. You have to go into the weeds. You have to fight. You have to overcome adversity to grow and to climb and to get out of the weeds. And that's good for us. And you see the dividends paid when you get hit in the mouth, and you finally get tired of getting hit in the mouth, and you're going to start fighting back. And that's what we've done. So I'm glad for our culture to grow in that direction.
Summer pitched for the first time since March 3rd. What did you like out of him today?
He commanded the fastball, commanded the changeup. I tell you, the amount of work that guy's put in, the personal investment that he has to get back and healthy for his teammates. He's begging me to throw last week. I'm like, Tommy, I can't do that. Tommy, we can't do that. You got to get healthy. You got to get right. We need you on the stretch. But he's chomping at it. And he was excellent. And I love the command. I love the composure. I love the fact that he can hold the run game so well. It's like a left-handed pitcher. Your pickoff move to first base is just a statement of who you are as a person. If you have a terrible pickoff move as a left-handed pitcher, it's because you don't care. You don't care. You don't have pride in yourself. You don't have pride in your move. You don't have pride in to manage the game. Tommy has a great move. It's little things like that you look at. And Tommy, every detail is incredibly important to Tommy. And with his dad being a great soccer player here, the legacy, you know how much he wants to represent and make his family and make their name proud here at Indiana. And I respect Tommy for all those things.